What do I owe the? What do I owe the pleasure? What do I owe the pleasure? Last time we been together, we wash your car for you. We wash your car. We wash your car. Shame in our hustle. When you got them getting into that wash, and you know that chip gonna be good, like you see right there in this culture. Y'all better stop wearing this slippery.
After 50 Cent released a series of recordings that quickly put Rick Ross on the defensive, the music industry reacted with visible tension. This wasn't simple back and forth or routine headlines. It felt like a calculated escalation with real consequences. As we followed how these recordings surfaced and how their content became public, it became clearer why Ross appeared under pressure in such a short period of time. This wasn't framed as just a warning or a response. It looked more like a strategic move that shifted the atmosphere entirely. The ripple effect continues to spread, and for now, there's no clear sign of it slowing down.
Just like Mount Vernon, New York City, Mount Vernon, and Miami, all that is the same, bro. Nobody wants to be near him. Nobody wants to touch what he touched, be where he at. You understand? It's crazy, bro, how his fall from grace, which was never from grace, it's just like the devil just kicked him out of hell. Because he was never in nothing graceful and did anything graceful. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what you say about, okay, he did the music, he had the bad boy legacy and everything like that, man. But, you know, a few albums, a few people, you know, made to be famous, but they not here to tell their story. Black Rob, Biggie, Craig Mack. They're not here to tell their story, bro. And now you got everybody telling his story.
Yeah, and I know 50, he did a recent interview with US Weekly saying that the reason why rappers are quiet about, you know, Diddy's situation is because they've been to his parties and they don't know what got caught on tape.
Bro, those people who was caught at Diddy's party did not know that he had 250 tape recorders in that.
Listen closely. After staying relatively quiet for a while, 50 Cent's approach is now difficult to overlook. Many people saw Rick Ross's attempt to mock him back in 2009 as just another rap rivalry moment. But 50 has rarely been focused on short-term noise. He tends to think long-term. While Ross highlighted his success and lifestyle publicly, 50 appeared more reserved, watching trends, building leverage, and waiting for the right moment. Online, the signals were subtle and intentional. What started as confidence gradually turned into what some viewed as overexposure until a decisive move was made. Then came one clean release that immediately changed the dynamic. No long build-up, no dramatic countdown. The response was direct and immediate. The industry paused, social media erupted, and it became clear that the assumptions many people were operating under had quietly shifted.
Fine, because I like to be fully transparent with the audience. I want to say things, but I also realize, from what I'm told, because again, I haven't seen them directly yet. I haven't, and I don't know if I want to. Race, I want your advice on that too. But the problem I have is just like, typically I want to report these things, but I got to be careful legally, ethically, morally as to what we repeats that don't know that they were being filmed. Is that okay to talk about and to share?
I have a big problem with that, as do you, Andy, and you tend to be an ethical guy and you're taking the high ground here. Notwithstanding the fact that you may have some significant information and reliable information, but the reality is that, look, I mean, if people were recorded non-consensually and you are the one to identify them, I think that's a problem, right? And I think anytime anyone has content right? This is not an email. This is not a text message. This is video. And there's specific statutes without using specific language I don't want to get into, but everybody knows what we're talking about here.
It's Diddy with this person. I'll say that. It's Diddy with this person. Actually, yes.
Yeah. And see, the problem is, again, like non-consensually recorded, you've got a victim here who may not want to be publicly identified. That's the problem. That's the problem. And they have a right to proceed if they want to, whether it's criminally or civilly, without being identified, because we know what's going to happen. As soon as they identify themselves, there's going to be a bunch of people that come out of the woodwork who are going to unequivocally harass them and claim that didn't happen, and they're making stuff up. And there's the victims that we want to protect here, and that's significant.
Well, it's interesting because here's why I wanted to have this conversation, because I know a lot of you are like, Andy, just say it. No, I'm not going to say them, but I wanted to have this conversation as to why we're not saying it and why I think others haven't yet said it, raised, because again, legally, ethically, morally, it's just not right. Now, there's an argument I've had with people who are like, well, they knew what they were doing with Diddy. Like these were consensual acts. Like they knew, and he filmed other times. So I don't know what the big deal is. It's going to come out. It's going to come out is what I keep hearing from other reliable sources. It may come out, but it's not going to come out via me. That's just to warn you all, because I don't think it's wise for us to put out something like you just confirmed it without the consent of the other person in the video. Because again, from what I'm gathering,
The moment 50 Cent published the recording, the business side of the industry appeared to move into damage control. Conversations reportedly shifted behind closed doors. Individuals closely connected to Rick Ross, and even names like Diddy, who has faced separate public scrutiny, became noticeably quieter in public spaces. PR teams seemed to be working overtime. This wasn't random online trolling or casual commentary. The timing suggested intent. Ross's phone reportedly began lighting up while he was occupied elsewhere, and at first it may have seemed like another attempt to generate attention. But once the recording was heard, the tone reportedly changed. The tension being discussed now isn't based on guesswork, it's more about anticipation. Because this didn't feel like a final chapter, it felt like an opening move. If this was only phase 1, then the bigger question isn't just about what has already been released, it's about whether there is more to come and how strategically it might be timed.
Baby oil that they took 1,000 bottles away from his house. If the government took 1,000 bottles of baby oil and somebody had things what appeared to be baby oil, and then you have to listen to the prosecutor. He said that they seized 1,000 bottles what allegedly to be baby oil. Allegedly to be baby oil. So that's telling people that it wasn't baby oil. And people think that that was baby oil, they out their mind. I don't believe it was baby oil. Yo, bro, when they went up in there, they knew what they was gonna find. They knew what was ever in that baby oil or that those bottles that appeared to be baby oil, they knew about that at first. You gotta realize 9 times out of 10, that individual that got caught at the airport, that was supposed to be their carrier, told them what they was doing and what they had. I wouldn't put it past that he told them everything. So when they went up in there, they knew they had to take whatever was out there, and that thing that appeared to be baby oil, they took that. They got to test every last one of them. Let's see how much, let's see how many of those come back to be baby oil. Bro, listen to me. Costco don't sell that much baby oil. Where you know sell that much baby oil?
Yeah, I don't know any store that sell that much baby oil. I know Costco, they came out and said that they don't even sell baby oil.
My sentiments exactly.
But you personally, right, what do you believe was in the baby oil?
If you ever seen a massage parlor being raided and they walking out the people, do they take the massage oil with them when they go? No, they just walk out to people who are being arrested. A person getting arrested and the people being arrested in those brothel houses. Do they take out the stuff in the brothel houses? No, they don't. They take the individuals who are being arrested out the brothel houses. For them to take 1,000 bottles of baby oil, it's like that they did not leave one. They left people there, but they ain't leave not one bottle. Nobody needed no baby oil. So my whole thing about it is that there was something in that other than baby oil. That's why they took all the bottles. And 9 times out of 10, if I would give it a wild guess, it was, and like some of the people told me, it was probably that GHB.
What's that?
I think it's gamma hydrox. I looked it up, bro. Let me see. See if I can find it. I know this is just showing everything like that, but oh no. Let me. Yo, somebody tap dance or sing or do something, you know what I'm saying, while I'm doing this. Oh, here it go right here.
New Bell refrigerators works as good as it looks.
It's gamma hydroxy butyric. What is its effect on the body? It's a euphoria, drowsiness, decreased anxiety, and memory impairment. It works on the nervous system and gives you this feeling of euphoria. So they take that and rub it on her, and you forget who you are, what you're doing. It can also give you memory loss, drowsiness, and that's under the DEA, the Drug Enforcement Administration.
Rick Ross maintained for years that he stayed clear of certain powerful circles, but recordings now being discussed online appear to present a different picture. According to content shared by 50 Cent, there are claims that Ross can be heard in detailed business conversations with Diddy. This reportedly goes beyond casual industry talk. The audio, as described by those who say they've heard it, suggests strategic deal-making and calculated conversations involving rising talent, painting a scenario that seems intentional rather than random. Industry insiders are warning that if more material surfaces, it could seriously impact reputations. What has unsettled many in the music world is how these recordings reignite long-standing questions about Ross's early career narrative. They challenge parts of the story he has publicly maintained for years and bring his journey back under intense public scrutiny.
Executives have privately described these recordings as offering what feels like a front-row seat to a carefully built public image facing pressure in real time. Reports suggest that members of Rick Ross's team quickly shifted into damage control mode, aware that 50 Cent may still possess additional material. The timing is particularly sensitive, as Diddy is already facing serious legal investigations, and Ross is currently involved in high-level business ventures. These developments go beyond entertainment headlines. They potentially affect partnerships, branding relationships, and years of reputation management. Attempts to downplay or dismiss the situation, according to observers, may actually intensify public interest and speculation. Once Ross became aware of what had been released, the situation reportedly shifted from something manageable to a far more complicated public issue. What makes this even more delicate is the broader conversation about privacy and consent. As some commentators have pointed out, releasing private recordings, especially if individuals did not consent, raises serious ethical and legal concerns. There are ongoing discussions around whether the people involved were aware they were being recorded. In situations like this, the assumption in many legal contexts is that individuals may not have known. If someone later confirms they were aware and consented, that changes the legal landscape. But without clear confirmation, publicly discussing identities or details could create serious legal exposure. Legal experts emphasize that sharing or even accessing such material can involve privacy violations, potential defamation claims, and in some cases criminal implications. The safest approach, many argue, is to avoid speculation and refrain from spreading unverified private content. There's also the question of whether simply viewing such recordings could carry legal risk. According to legal commentary, it becomes complicated. If the material was recorded without consent, even viewing or distributing it outside of legitimate legal proceedings may raise ethical and legal red flags. In contrast, attorneys reviewing material strictly for litigation purposes operate under different protections. For gossip outlets chasing viral moments, the temptation may be strong, but many legal analysts caution that being first is not always worth the potential consequences. Acting responsibly and ethically matters, especially when private moments and consent are involved. Few anticipated the ripple effect that followed once notifications began lighting up late at night. When Rick Ross posted a strongly worded response online, reports suggest his PR team quickly entered crisis management mode. Observers noted visible tension in how the message was delivered. In an effort to regain control of the narrative, Ross reportedly revisited previous talking points, attempting to redirect attention. However, critics describe the response as emotional and reactive rather than strategic. Behind the scenes, according to industry chatter, concern only grew with each new development.